Hey beauties, welcome back to my channel. Today I am going to be doing the beauty glow up tag created by my best friend Kelsee Briana Jai here on YouTube. If you haven't been watching her, have you been living underneath a rock? She is amazing. I might be a little biased because she is my best friend, but if you love me, you will love her, so make sure you go check her out. But without further ado, I am going to go ahead and get into these questions. She was messaging me about this tag and all of her ideas and the questions and everything about 2 weeks ago or something like that, a couple weeks ago at least. And I kept hassling her. I was like, when are you going to do this tag? Because I want to do it. I was really excited about these questions. I thought that this was a great idea. So I kept asking her, are you doing the tag yet? Are you doing the tag yet? She's probably getting irritated with me, but you know, best friend's life. All right, first question is worst beauty advice you've ever gotten. So personally, the worst beauty advice that I think I have ever received is to wear a full coverage, I mean, like you don't need anything else, full coverage foundation, and put a full coverage powder foundation on top. Now I know, don't come at me. If this is your look, I am not hating on you. I have seen several people that just look amazing with this type of look. And it's a look I used to do all the time when I worked at MAC, like on people, because that's what they would want. But for me personally, I can tell you that that was breakout city for me. I looked cakey. It was not cute. And it's something I would never do now. I would never put a powder foundation on top of a full coverage foundation. Now, if I want to add a little coverage, I love my Studio Fix powder. If I'm wearing a light coverage foundation and I've got a little something going on right here that I didn't get with concealer or whatever, I love to take that powder and just, oh, it's gone. But full coverage on top of full coverage, for me, it's just a no-go. All right, now let's go on to question number 2, which is in correlation to the first question, worst beauty advice you've ever given. I feel terrible about this because, I mean, I didn't know a lot about skin and whatnot whenever I gave this advice. It's when I had first started getting into skincare. I was that girl that went to bed every single night with my makeup on. I didn't use any kind of skincare at all, like at all. And it wasn't until I was, oh shoot, mid-20s that I started taking care of my skin. Well, when I started taking care of my skin, I thought that I knew it all. And I told somebody that they could exfoliate their face with a physical exfoliator every single day. Yeah, no. That's a really, really, really bad idea. Not only are you going to dry out your skin, but if you have acne, it can make it worse. You can create little abrasions, like little micro tears in your skin. There's so many bad things that can happen. So I feel so guilty to the person that I probably told this to multiple people. I'm not even gonna lie. So if I told you that, I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I was young. I had no idea. Beauty product you struggled with the most or worst experience with the product. I'm circling back to MAC again, and I'm gonna talk about the MAC eyeglosses. If you've ever worked for MAC and had to wear these, you know the struggle is real. Okay, so glosses on the eye, especially the MAC glosses, they crease so badly. And I liked them at my brow arch and stuff like that, but they would want us to wear them on the lid. I'm like, I have a 9-hour shift and my eyes definitely have a nice crease to them. So my eyes would just end up being so terrible by the end of the day. And I struggled with it so much. There were a few girls that had like so much lid space and not a hard crease like myself, and they would have no issues, but I would have so many issues with this. And because we needed to push the product, we would have to wear it all the time. And yeah, no, I like almost don't ever want to put another eye gloss on my eye ever again, except for editorial looks. I love an eye gloss for editorial looks, but then you're just washing it back off. But for an all-day look, whew, no. What beauty product did you use a lot back in the day, but never would use now? For me, this is the MAC 36 Lash or anything like it. Anything just really, really big and dramatic for lashes, I just can't do it. I absolutely cannot do it anymore. I used to wear the 36 Lash every single day. And I thought, like, who wants to wear these natural looking lashes? Like, if I'm going to put on lashes, I want them to be bam. And I thought they just made my eyes look so big, and they do. But I'm more of a mascara girl now. I use an eyelash serum to get my lashes to grow. I feel more confident about my lashes. And now if I put on a pair of really big lashes, it makes me feel so weird. And I don't know. I don't think I like them on me anymore. Every once in a while, I'll put on a semi dramatic, but not full on. I can't go full on 36 lash. The next question is makeup technique you struggled with the most when you first started learning. I think there's going to be a lot of people with this same answer. Winged liner. Not only is my eye shape two different shapes, like one eye goes up a little bit more than the other, and this brow raises up, so it kind of makes my whole eyeshadow look and liner look different than the other side. So I struggle with making them look it's like they're sisters, and then I struggle with them in general. You get those days where they just go way too thick. And when I first started doing liner, oh my goodness, I couldn't even get that little sharp edge. I had to watch so many videos learning about, okay, cleaning it up with concealer. I had to try different products, different brushes. It was a long time before I actually would have a decent looking liner. It took me a hot minute. Makeup technique you struggle with today and want to improve. I feel like I can do this technique on other people, but I can't on myself. And it is the glass skin or all cream products. You guys saw that in my out of your comfort zone video. I can definitely make things work, but I have never been able to find something work for me and look good and feel comfortable with on myself and my skin type. So I feel like I really struggle with getting that type of look on my skin type. I'm oily in the T-zone, dry in other places. My pores will look horrendous by the end of the day if I don't use powder. So this is a technique that I personally would love to figure out products and whatnot that work for me, but I haven't been able to do yet. I have not gotten anything that I just truly feel really comfortable with. There's a few products that I know I can use on their own, like the Estee Lauder Double Wear Foundation with a sponge, just kind of sheared it out. That is really great and will last on me. I know I like the Tatcha Pearl for underneath the eyes, but being able to control this area and then I don't know. I struggle with it. So it's definitely something that I want to improve on, but I'm scared to even do because if I'm going out and like, I don't want my makeup to look bad. All right, what is a beauty product you thought you'd never buy, but you own? Please let me if you know the answer to this, leave it down below. Just pause and leave it down below. I'm gonna give you some extra credit points. This brush, I think I speak things into existence because I will talk about, the melt stacks. I was like, oh, I wish they had palettes. And then boom, they had palettes. Oh, cookie highlighter. And then it's as a single. And this is as a single. There's been several instances that literally right after I said it, it has come into existence. I spoke about this brush in a video, something along the lines of products that I want but would never purchase. And the reason for it was because of the price tag. Yes, I still have the box. I told you guys I was keeping the box. Every time I wash it, I put it right back in the box after it has dried. And this is from Surat Beauty. And I keep everything, you guys. I keep everything. This is their face brush, and I lusted over this for so long. It's like $230 or $250. And I was like, I really want this brush, but I'm not spending that amount. It's like, I'm just like petting it. It's so soft. Ugh. I was like, I'm not spending that much money. The Tom Ford bronzer brush was kind of like my limit. Like, that's how high I'm going to go, and then we're not passing by that. Well, it was like a few days later or the next week or something, I got all these comments. Mel, Surat is 50% off. When I saw that, boom, I got it immediately. And I'm so happy that I have it because it is ridiculously soft. It is one of my favorite brushes, but I don't want to ruin it. So I bring it out and I use it whenever I want to. And then I put it back in here and then in its box and I sit here and baby it. Yes, I do use it, so don't think that it just sits in this box. I do use it. I just don't use it on camera a whole lot. That's one product I definitely did not think I was ever going to purchase, but we now have in my collection. What beauty trend or trends do you regret following? For me, it's the everything trend, where you have the brows, the liner, the lashes, the cut crease, the highlighter, the bronzer, the contour, the cream contour, the just everything on your face, and a bold lip. So you have a bold eye and a bold lip. This was my look for a while. I had super sculpted out brows where they were just like just black, straight up black and cut and carved. You got concealer underneath, you got concealer on top. I would have 10 different shadows on my eyes. I would have a really dramatic wing. I would have my 36 lashes, and then I would have a red lip on top. With that, I would have contour, bronzer, highlight, just absolutely everything. And I would also have my full coverage foundation and my full coverage powder on top. I did everything. And that is a one look that I don't know. I don't know that I regret it because I definitely learned from it. But would I do that today? Absolutely not. That is the trend that I regret following. If you had to restart your beauty collection, what are some things that you would do differently? So there's a couple things, and the first one is that I wouldn't buy everything from every collection. I would do this with MAC collections as well as other collections from brands that I really liked at the time. So if Too Faced came out with a collection, MAC came out with a collection, whatever brand I really liked, I bought everything. And I feel like with collections especially, a lot of the times they are duplicates just with different names. So I would definitely not do that. I would pick out things that are special and try them. And back then I wasn't even doing YouTube. I was just buying this stuff because I felt like I needed it. And I just had to have it. It was so exciting to see these new collections, and I just wanted every single piece. And I bought every single piece. And now a lot of the stuff like with MAC has been back to MAC because I didn't need that. And other things I've given away. That is one thing I would definitely do over, is be a little bit more picky and, you know, not get so excited about things to where I had to have every single piece. The second one is a big one. I would have tested out more products. In the beginning, again, before YouTube, before I was, reviewing products. For me right now, I buy things and I buy a lot because I review them, I test them out, and I let you guys know how they perform. So it's my job. Back then, it was not my job to have 30 foundations, you know what I mean? If I could go back, I would sample more things. I would take the time going into Sephora, going into MAC, going into Nordstrom, wherever the product is that I was wanting to try. Instead of immediately purchasing it, I would sample it and try it out and decide if I actually needed it. I think I wasted a lot of money when I first got into makeup just out of pure excitement and just wanting the new things. And a lot of times they weren't even good for my skin type. What is the worst makeup look you've ever done? I tried to look through everything, Dropbox, my phone, all through computers, everything to see if I could find any pictures, but I couldn't, probably because I don't want to look back on these things. But I know that my worst makeup look in my head, I remember this distinctively. I had on a stick foundation that I applied with my fingers, rubbed it around, was not the right shade. I did not set it with a powder, and I had just figured out bronzer. This is what I did. I just took a brush and a bronzer that was not the right shade for me, and I had done the 3, but I didn't know how to blend very well, and I also didn't set my foundation, so my my bronzer was so patchy, and I didn't use a blush. I don't know why I didn't use a blush. I guess I thought that the bronzer was just enough. Patchy bronzer, my foundation not matching, and then I literally had Sharpie marker black Sharpie marker in my brows. I'm telling you guys, it took me a while. The beauty glow up is real. I can remember this like it was yesterday. Thank goodness for YouTube, because I know I wouldn't have gotten that job at Mac had I not watched a lot of videos. But I just remember this look. It's the brows and the patchy bronzer that just really stands out to me. And back then, I did not wear anything on my lips. I wouldn't wear a gloss. I wouldn't wear anything on my lips because I didn't like the look of them. I didn't like the look of my teeth. I didn't like the look of my lips. I didn't want to draw attention there. Little did I know that not doing anything to this part of your face and doing everything to everywhere else would definitely draw attention. Opposite to that, what is the best makeup look you've ever done? When I read this question, I immediately knew which one I wanted to talk about because it's one that just brings back joy. And it's not going to be anything like what you guys are going to think, like, oh, it's my best eye look or my best foundation or this or that. It's actually back when I had more time to sit down and play in makeup and do more editorial and artsy kind of looks. And it's this look right here. I don't know what to call this. It's just red and it just looks like a picture to me. This is just something that I would do. I would sit down and enjoy just putting on makeup. I had no direction. I just remember using pigments. I remember using the MAC dual fiber brushes and creating this kind of painted effect and putting a black line through my brows. Just I had so much fun with this that when I think about my personal favorite best makeup look, that is what I think of, because I think the amount of love and the amount of inspiration I had at that point and how that look came out to me is my best. So I know a lot of people are probably going to think, oh, this is your best look or this is your best look. For me, it's 100% this look. The very last question is, what beauty advice would you give a beauty lover, makeup artist, or beauty influencer? Don't make excuses. If you're trying to make it in the makeup industry in of itself, whether it is as a makeup artist or as an influencer or just a general lover, like it says, don't make any excuses. I'm sure you guys have heard me say this before. I believe in this 100%. It's either you can make it happen or you can make an excuse. And I feel like if you want something bad enough, that you will make it happen. You can go through pain, struggles, everything in life, and you can make an excuse out of it, or you can push through for your dreams. So that's what I have to say is don't make an excuse. No matter what it is, don't make an excuse. If you want to start a channel, you don't have a camera, you don't have lighting, who cares? You have to start somewhere. And if you wait to the last minute, you're not going to start. So don't make excuses. All right, you guys, that is it. Please make sure you go and check out Kelsee's video. I will link her channel down below. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.